Yeah, Dan, over the last couple of years, whether it was Keeley and Kamari a couple of years ago, that first year starter at corner, opposite of the returning starter, kind of has been attacked by opposing defenses. Did you feel that you were being kind of targeted at all last year, and how did you respond to that?
I mean, the guy across, it was Kamari last year, the type of player he was, and he blocked down a whole other side of the field, so I guess they were just gonna try me. So I mean, I didn't really try to take it as that, but it kind of ended up being that way, and so.
Okay, you're a veteran now. What's the sensibilities? What's the emotions as you get ready to start camp? Because it's not like you guys haven't been around all year long. But what's different? What changes when you hit this mark right here?
I mean, this is a time to lock in and just really just prepare for the season.
And looking back to last season, what is the biggest thing you feel like you learned from going through the season as a starter and just what it takes to be a starter?
The biggest thing I learned, I would say, just having the next play mentality, just not letting a bad play or even a good play get to your head and like affect the next play. Just be in the moment and be worried about what's happening at that time.
Coach Smart mentioned you as one of the leaders in the DB room. How are you kind of evolving and stepping into that role?
I'm just, really trying to set a good example for the young guy, even like everybody in the room, especially like the young guys and stuff, just trying to point them in the right direction and tell them what's like the right thing, the wrong thing to do. Just be there for them.
Yeah, when you came in as a freshman, what was the thing you perhaps maybe struggled with the most as you made an adjustment to playing like a defensive back room and doing things the way that Coach Smart wants them done?
My freshman year?
Yeah.
Probably a lot of things. I was young, it was a while ago, but I really just took that year to step back and learn from the older guys that year, like Kiwi Ringo, Kamari last year, all them kind of helped me with that. So.
What's it like when you matched up against Arian Smith in practice? What's he like to cover? And obviously, maybe not talked about as much as some other playmakers, but what can you learn?
He's fast. Yeah, he got crazy speed. That's it. Like he's definitely a good player, and the speed kills, and that shows with him. So.
What have you seen from Ellis as he gets ready for his first fall camp, and just what has stood out to you since he joined the camp?
He's a real good athlete. Not even just him, like even all the young guys. Like they're all coming in, they're all real good competitors too. Like they don't really shy away from anybody. Like whoever's going up against them, they kind of embrace it, and that's what I like about him.
Yeah, you seem like a pretty quiet guy in here, but Kirby was saying your confidence kind of just permeates the entire defensive back room. Is that something that you're consciously trying to do, or is that just kind of what happens when you're a guy that's got a lot of experience?
It's kind of both. Just the type of role. I'm one of the older guys in the room now, so I want to actually try to be the example for the young guys. So that's what that.
Obviously, you got some new voices back there in the defensive backfield coaches. Did that require any kind of adjustment on your part? Can you talk about how they may be different than Fran and Will and what you've been hearing up to this point in your career?
Well, they definitely have like their different coaching styles and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, they all have the same goals to help us. So that's the most important thing. So.
What are the areas of your game you want to improve before the season starts?
Really just locking in on the small details and stuff, and trying to work on attacking the ball better and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, obviously fresh off the 7-on-7 circuit season with all your teammates here on campus. Who's been the wide receiver in the offseason that has really taken strides and become a tougher cover for you?
It's hard to name one. We got some pretty good receivers like Daylen Bell. He's real good, real versatile too. He can do a lot for you. Kobe Young, real big target, big tall guy. goes up, gets the ball. But I mean, as a group, we got good receivers and we compete every day. So it's helping us and we helping them. And that's at the end of the day, that's what we want to do for each other.
Yes, I guess we sit here today, it's 30 days to Clemson. Can you just what's the level of anticipation among you personally, among players for, you got a no BS opener like that against a team that's really going to be fired up to try to knock you guys off?
I mean, it's definitely going to help us lock in more, but you know, we just really focus on getting us, like getting each other better at camp, and so that just focusing on, like even today's our first day to go out there. That's really like the main focus for us. So.
Dan, I had just kind of a two-part question. One, usually, I guess we've seen the Mike have kind of the big voice on the defense. Who has been the voice on the defense? And then I just want to ask you about Tate Ratledge. I mean, he seems to have a pretty big personality. Does everybody know him, even though he's an offensive lineman?
Yeah. You know, Tate's one of those guys. He gets along with everybody. Like it's not just the offense. Like he's cool with everybody. I love Tate. He's one of my guys. So.
And as far as the defensive voice, did you guys hear a lot out there in the field?
Like what do you mean by that?
The defensive voice that you hear a lot on the field. I said usually it's been the Mike linebacker, I guess. Have you heard? Is there a guy with a predominant voice, leadership voice on defense so far?
Really, from the linebacker standpoint, Daylen, Smile, CJ Allen, they're all pretty vocal. We got a lot of vocal guys on defense. Those are just the linebackers, but we got people in the back end, Malachi. It's just it's like everybody's vocal. So.
What's been your impressions of Jaden Rashada when you've been out this summer, you know, with the receivers, quarterbacks, you know, doing what?
Like he's good. He's a good quarterback for sure. Me and him actually go back pretty far. He was at IMG at the same time I was. He wasn't there as long, like when I first got here. So me and him were already pretty cool, and like him ending up here, it was just pretty exciting to see him again and stuff like that. Especially being on the same team as him. So he's definitely a cool, laid back type of dude. Like I love being around him. So.
Any more questions for Daylen? Okay, Daylen, thank you.